Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. People up in the comments waiting. Welcome. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Welcome back. Call to the Pen at Call to the Pen HQ. Come on, all the usual suspects up in there, those money-hungry dogs, you. Steve Dubb, OPMG, Michael K. You know, always waiting, right? They probably already got their bets locked in like most people do around here. You know, we never stop. Hammer HQ style. Let's get it, everybody. Monday edition of Call to the Pen with your host, John Legaza, the big dude with the big mouth for the big apple. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season, right? Passover and Easter. Now in the rear view, I am feeling really fatter than normal, though I've been trying to behave, but, you know, hard to pass up all the garoles, right? You got to have a cannoli or two. Everybody, let's do the thing that we do, everyone, the nuance and the context you only get here. At Call to the Pen HQ, please rate, review, and subscribe. All the audio-only stuff. In a minute, I'm going to put on a clinic. You stick your cartoon finger up inside me because those likes just matter way more than they should. But I think we're doing pretty good so far. Betting is coming along, all the data and stuff you could possibly stomach. Again, follow me on Twitter at John Legaza. It'll take you to the free link where I provide all my betting stuff, all the algo stuff. There's a advanced pitching sheet I'm very proud of. Spent a few years kind of developing that has really kind of taken off, is becoming very popular. So you could go check it out for free. You could follow along with the show, and it'll help you out. You can hop in the comments and ask some questions before or after on YouTube or Twitter. You know, we kind of love that stuff. All right, we got another full slate. I am going to skip the first game. There's like one standalone afternoon game. We're going to leave that one on the cutting room floor. Again, if you want, I scored it. I have algo scores and player props for the entire day. Everything is up, you know, by the time this show rolls around. Man, that's kind of what makes some of the picks a little bit difficult because we're already starting to move lines. I guess that's maybe a testament to the work that we're doing. You know, the record is good. We're making some money. Nothing crazy. Not that I would brag about that stuff, you know, because there's going to be inherent kind of ups and downs. A little bit of everything you get here, analysis, theory, some betting. Jeremy in there, crushed my first week of fantasy baseball thanks to your draft guide and waiver list. Yeah, no kidding, Jeremy. Thanks so much, man. We are absolutely flying right now. And again, it's way too early for futures tickets, but some of those are smoking. You've got to be really glad if you have a piece of that whole Jesus Luzardo Cy Young ticket, right? When you're getting a piece of a ticket at 101 with a guy who's like a favorite for it right now, that, you know, you're barking up the right tree with me, man. I spent all my time doing this. You know, I can't fake this kind of funk. I got a chance to bring you a show, and I really want it to be the very best every single day. Let's show off. Let's show them the thing that we do for all the new people out there. Welcome aboard. We are just getting new subscribers every single day. Again, we don't starting from scratch is always kind of difficult. And, you know, seeing views maybe not as, you know, high as you like, right? We think this show should be ubiquitous, right? Probably should be on the MLB network, if anything. All right, well, first up, it's the New York Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, those pinstripers. You know I love the Highlanders. Domingo Germán go to Cleatown for some Skyline chili to face Bieber Fever, Shane Bieber, and the Guardians. Domingo Germán really not bad last year, 77 innings. This is actually through 2023. I'm sorry. So when I the stats we're using, again, that pitcher sheet, very well labeled, 22-23. Got to be careful. We're not looking to overreact at all, right? We're almost not looking to react whatsoever to what we've seen, but you want to keep an eye on this year. Again, I'm more looking at track record. You know, I think that's really where the answer is in baseball, kind of samples and stuff. Hopefully, when it comes to pitchers, we'll be able to, I don't know, pick up on trajectory changes, hopefully velo, pitch mix, things like that. So, Germán, going back to 22, pretty good. 3.86 ERA, 1.4 team whip. Earned indicators, I'm right around 4, shade under. The walk rate always really solid. That was at 6%, 29% CSW. He's always been pretty good working the edges, creating and inducing chases. That number at 34. Bit of a fly ball pitcher. Lots of infield flies, something we mentioned, but he does give up the home run, right? Domingo, when he tries to work up, he kind of misses in the middle sometimes. See that reflected 340 expected wall on contact. Not terrible, right? But 1.5 home runs per 9 is, right? So the misses are really bad when he's in trouble. We also know Cleatown, particularly, I forget the names of these ballparks. So forgive me if I could just call it Cleveland Stadium, Cleveland Arena. I can't keep up with CPNG, you know, Telco Ombre Stadium. All right, it's insane, you know. Plays up really well to lefties. So right off the bat, let's go there, methinks. You know you got to love J-Ram anytime he's playing. Total base prop, I saw it 125. We bring that bad boy up. He's at least 120, 125. He's obviously an issue. Going to max out plate appearances leading off, and their favorites with the Bieber on the mound. So you got to like J-Ram, hits from both sides. Sorry, I'm trying to bring up the split thing. I'm trying to get some more of the offensive data on, the granular stuff outside the team stuff. It's very difficult. Not many. I don't know if anyone else is doing it. So that's why I want to do it, right? So Jose Ramirez so far this year batting .308 as a lefty against righties, .886 OPS, 154 ISO, right? That's a 15% extra base rate. But if we're getting 5 at bats, we should get this one. Cross, love the plus odds. First bet of the day. Lock it in, Jose Ramirez. 2 bases. Careful with the home run props. There's something, again, if you're following my work, people are really digging this. I do everything, right? We do everything. But we kind of start with the telescope, work our way down to the microscope, right? Game plays, algo scores, pitching ranks, then you get to hitting stuff. Jacobs Field says insight. Thank you so much. Again, not that I care. I appreciate it, but I don't care. I just can't keep up. Well, I guess that's one of the ones that maybe I should have. Remember, right? That one actually has to the Jake. I do, maybe whatever. Just thumb in my own eye. Self-own. Right there. It happens. So I wanted to try and get to the player stuff right as we zoom in and in and in and in. You get all this stuff on the sheet that I mentioned. It's all free bookmark. And I list the players that kind of ring, right? So these are algo hits on players. Now, that's where the home run calls come from. The home run call is like the 2D hit, right? It's the best hit, but it's ubiquitous. It runs for everything. DFS, prize picks, and whatever, underdog, and whatever else. Just find us a sponsor. and this thing works. I've been getting a lot of that, screenshots from games I've never even played. Again, keep an eye on those odds, though. I like the 130 for 2 bases better than I like the home run prop for Ramirez. Keep an eye on those things. I also like Josh Naylor. He popped up. Yankee offense been a bit disappointing thus far. 24.5% K rate as a team. Bottom 5 in line drive rate. Yankees just not really making the contact and stuff that you expect so far. I think they'll be okay. These things do happen, but they have struggled. The Yankees hitting a lot better against lefties than they have against righties. Extra base hits actually been a problem for the Yankees. So let's move it on. It's the first one. I mean, I guess should I even do Bieber? He's really, really good. 212 innings last year, 284, 103 whip. Just really, really good. One of the things that I mentioned is in those rankings we brought up before. Though Bieber does get knocked for the lack of velo, his control and secondaries are so good, it doesn't matter. He spots the fastball, works in and out, up and down, changing eye level. Again, I think he has a 30% whiff on both of the secondaries. He's excellent. Don't buy into the velo stuff. If it's a fastball pitcher and the velo drops, that's a different story. All right, next up. Elephants balancing on beach balls. J.P. Sears and the Athletics go to Baltimore to face the Orange Birds and Kyle Gibson, Mr. Vanilla Ice Cream himself. J.P. Sears, former Yankee prospect, 75 innings, back to 22. 4 ERA, 1.33 whip. One of those things not like the other. 4.5 Sierra, 4.5 XFIP. I think we know which one it is. 10% K minus walk, 8% swing strike, 30% O swing, 89 in zone contact. Let's stop really quick. Having the numbers speak to us, right? Discipline. That's why Ks and walks matter. K minus walk especially. But do they induce chases and whiffs? And if not, they have to come into the zone. So Gibson's going to have to come into the zone. Well, let's check out the Oakland offense. Unfortunately, their best hitter, Seth Brown, now on the IL. 192 team batting average for Oaktown, 265 team OBP, 584 OPS. Yikes. Not any good. So you got to like Baltimore and that offense today. I don't have anything official for you, but I know I had a couple rings here. Oh, you know what? We do have one. It was just totally popping off the page. How about this? Let's get those home run props up here. There's Austin Hayes. I'm not really necessarily a big Hayes guy, but he's crushing right now. So I think that's how you get it, particularly with the odds. Austin Hayes, 375 BA, 1250 OPS against lefty so far this year. And I think there's a couple ding-dongs in there as well. A home run and a double. So I saw that at plus 800. I even see as much as 900. Again, when we're doing this 0.05, right, home run props are a nickel. Here, doing responsible betting, teaching people how to actually succeed in this. Not just, listen, picks are important, but how to get there, how to sustain in the market regardless of the pick. Right? Because I could give you winning picks, but if you don't know how to balance your budget, risk properly, you may have got wiped out in a downturn and missed the best run of your life, right? So that's important. You got to stay in the game if you want to make money. Can't make money in a game you ain't playing, as they say. So I think Baltimore kills him, most likely. Although I do think Oakland will get to Gibson. He's just so vanilla, and I think we kind of look past Oakland offense. I know I did kind of poo on him a touch, but they are lifting the ball. They are not chasing Oakland. 43 fly ball, 29 O swing, 87 zone contact. So, Gibson pitching to contact. Oakland's going to be putting the ball in play, and that's a good way to get to those overs, like Mike has pointed out. 3.5 team total over plus 100 for Oaktown. Yeah, Oakland's not good. They don't pitch. The bullpen's not good. They're kind of scoring. They're scoring runs. They're also stealing bases, and again, the disciplinary metrics not terrible. So, I think you can get with Oakland. Let's move it on. Again, keep it on Austin Hayes. He goes yard. I love those plus. The odds are just ridiculous. Maybe a little Mountcastle love too for my sheet. People out there following along with the sheet. I like Mountcastle today as well. Next up, Houston Astros. Framber Valdez going to black and yellow Bucktown to face Roansy Contreras. And the Pirates really sad to lose O'Neal Cruz, sexiest player possibly on the planet, right? All the best stats you could hope for. Really, really sad. Losing him, I think, is going to be more than just losing him, I think. Meaning, right, he's the rising tide. He's all the swag and all the energy, lifeblood of the team. Reynolds is the man, but without Cruz, you could see them kind of taking a downturn. Houston Astros offense, I want to mention this, I tweeted earlier. The only team with a worse ISO against righties is the Detroit Tigers, waiting for the Astros to wake up. Hasn't happened yet. Roansy a bit up and down. Let's look at him first. 100 innings going back to 2022. 3.67 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, but all the earned run indicators kind of north of 4.4. XFIP Sierra. PFIP low at 3.7. That's Alex Chamberlain's new metric, which I really like. Roansy with the 106 stuff plus on the fastball. Just included that on the sheet. People digging that. I think stuff plus for fastballs really matters. 30 CSW, 35 O swing. All above average for Contreras. Again, fly ball up at 42, but the infield fly over 15. That's elite, right? A function of working up in the zone, using that angle to have hitters trying, traverse more area to reach. You don't get on top of it. You get under it. So be careful just talking about fly ball pitchers. Problem is when Roansy has missed, it's been ugly. 46 hard hit, 11 barrel. Only 1.16 home runs per 9. You could probably regress that upwards. He's been very good against lefties. Not so much against righties so far, but this year I think he went out and was pretty good. Roansy Contreras 1-0, 5 2/3. Again, trying to balance it all. 1.59 ERA. So he's okay thus far. Houston, Framber Valdez, one of my Cy Young guys. Added velo, added the cutter to try and cut down, I think, on the contact and the balls in play. He's really great since 2022. 2.74 ERA, 1.16 WHIP. Earned indicators all below 3. Remember, that's really, really the heart of it. FIP, XFIP, Sierra, deserved the ERA, PFIP at 3 or below. 29 CSW, 66.5% ground ball, half of a home run per 9. Pittsburgh offense, some nice looking numbers here. We always think the LBP a little bit low, but we like the disciplinary stuff. 10% swing strike, 87 in zone contact, 45 fly ball, 12 barrel. That's Pittsburgh. Much better against righties, 338 expected WOBA on the season opposed to 242. X-WOBA by hand, I just added to the sheet. Again, it's totally free. Awesome stuff you get. Please rate, review, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tell your friends about the illest show ever covering baseball the way everyone else covers football. Why? Because it's fun, and we freaking love it. And gambling is awesome, providing you do it properly. You can afford to lose. I think that's everyone. Everyone is always so afraid to gamble because they're afraid to lose. Well, we're not afraid to lose around here. Right, we get it when we fit it around here. You got to do it. We are the men and the women in the arena. I always have these black eyes and scars on my face, because I'm out there riding the tiger. So I think Houston gets it done. Let me just pop the algo really quick. I know I was surprised to see. I have Houston with the cover, but I was afraid to pay for it because of Roansy improvement and the Houston struggles against righties. Again, I have to balance these things, right? To give you a strong analysis where it's a lean towards Houston, but that's why I haven't pulled the trigger. Also, you can see the pricing not great. Minus 130 to have to cover it up. Kind of tough, right? Especially, I'm not really into going above minus 125 and also need the run. So once you see those, and this is going to probably move towards Houston, the public only knows how to bet the favorites. I think I'd rather just leave this one alone. Let's get in the next one. red stockings, the red laundry from somewhere in New England, from what I understand. Going down to Florida, meet the Flatfish, those sneaky Rays. Man, they're on fire. Oh, my goodness. Rays are awesome. Remember all that analytical stuff, right? We applied to the pitching. I guess it was only a matter of time before the hitting kind of caught up. Tampa Bay just going nuclear right now. Nick Pivetta on a bump for the Red Sox. 185 innings, 4.48 ERA, 1.4 WHIP. He had that good start and it kind of fell apart. Earned run indicators all in the mid fours. 10% walk rate, 10% swing strike, not any good. Below average chase rate. He ends up having to come into the zone. So that's really the problem with Nick Pivetta, the 56% first strike rate, getting him into trouble when he falls behind and has to come in the zone. He gets hit hard, not great spotting within the zone. 46 hard hit, 10 barrel, 4 blast, 390 expected WOBA on contact. Hurt by lefties since then, 808 OPS to lefties. Yikes, 12.5% walk rate. He has struggled. So let's get Wander Franco. How about those juicy props? My man going just ham right now. And the market not particularly buying it, from what I understand. His props just a bit too high. Let's jump on this bad boy. Wander Franco so far against right-handed pitching. 391 average, 1310 OPS. That's a 542 WOBA for all you math freaks out there. 3 homers, 2 doubles. Why is it priced where it is? I don't know. This one I think let's get our first hybrid play. I have yet to put these up. I just want to make sure I defined it properly. Okay, people, so let's get this. We have been using 0.3 units as a standard for straight plays. My man, Jay Bird, on the ones and twos production team, doing an excellent job keeping up with me. What we're going to do is take the 0.3, and a hybrid player prop play is such. The same nickel on the home run, 0.05 on the nickel, and a quarter on the table basis. So, Coop, you can leave that one up because we're going to go 1 quarter on the best total base prop. I see 155. I know I hit 150 even earlier. 145, worst price out there. Go get it. Except for FanDuel. Do not play total bases on FanDuel here. By the way, use BetStamp, betstamp.com/call to the pen. Why use BetStamp? Because if not, you're betting on FanDuel. You're kind of losing here before it even starts. Plus 105, not even comparable. FanDuel showing they don't want our money. Right? Hit Mike Trout 2 days ago, plus 120. He's minus 130. Right, so they're posting a 50-cent disparity. It's not on an accident. It's on purpose. I think FanDuel is worried about the uptick in offense. They're scared to price it properly. Or at least, I should say properly. They think they're pricing it properly. They think the market's mispriced, so they're not participating. So that's why you use BetStamp, showing you all the goodies. And then remember the other 5 on the Franco home run. That would have to be like 700 as well. So we're going to take the same 0.3 units. Everybody, again, nuance and context, but could get a bit complex. But again, I think that's how you make money in this industry. Just being a little sharp, doing more while spending less, I think, is probably the best way to put it. Right? So we're going to have a quarter on the total base prop. If we hit that, the home run thing is paid. If the home run hits, you're the GOAT, right? Because you didn't overexpose yourself to the home run, score the total base at the same time. Big Johnny, hopefully helping you get your pockets fat. So I'm a little worried about Jalen Beeks. He's starting for Tampa Bay. You never really know what you're going to get with these Tampa Bay kind of openers, hybrid kind of mush-bosh starters. Caesars at 1,100. Call to the pen production team. Work in the BetStamp app, which, again, you absolutely should. So I don't show for stuff I don't have to. Next up, Miami Marlins and Sandy Alcantara going to Philly to meet Matt Strahm and the Phils. Pretty sure I got burned on this one. Sandy so far, 15 innings, 1.84 ERA. Where's Strami? I know he. Oh, but I'm not going to call him that. We'll call him Matt Pa Strami. 5 innings, 0 ERA. Yeah, he definitely stung me. I bet up against him. Not that I'm buying it. Sandy, going back to last year, the GOAT, 243 innings, 226.97 ERA, a 585 OPS, 2.4 deserved ERA, 2.5 PFIP, 16.9% K minus walk. Again, I think there's more to the K rate than maybe people have let on. He can get swing and misses, 12.5 swing and strike, 37.5 O swing, 85 in zone contact. That's Sandy Alcantara. 53 ground ball, 5 barrel, half a home run per 9, 267 expected WOBA. Not to like about Sandy, and he's a pop to go 8 innings any given day. Other side, Matt Strom. I'm surprised he went 5, but he did go 5 in my face. Going back to last year, the numbers have not been bad. 3.4 ERA, 115 whip. Indicators looking strong, 27% K, 39% walk, maybe a bit high. Doesn't induce chases, lots of fly balls. But he's kept him in the park. 281 expected WOBA. Again, whatever that expected WOBA is, 300 or less, you're doing something right. So I'm probably not looking to challenge them. Excuse me one second. I'm not going to be looking to challenge Strom with the Miami offense, which, it's pretty weak. 230 team BA, 292 OBP, 664 RPS. They strike out way too much, 27.5% K. 12 ground ball double plays already, 50% ground ball rate. Keep an eye on Miami against lefties, though. 383 expected WOBA versus lefties, 263 versus righties. So, we're seeing some disparate splits. Keep an eye on that stuff. Again, I think that matters more in trust season, right? The same season than in turf season, across seasons. But I do tend to jump on splits. A lot of times, it's not as simple as lefty-righty UGA as pitchers struggling to spot certain pitches to certain handed hitters, right? More than anything. I always look for the simplest explanation. Hopping over to the algo. Yeah, I've got Miami kind of covering it up. But again, I'm a bit worried about the offense because of all the things that I mentioned. Again, Strom, easily could just mow him down for 5, even though I'm not a huge fan. So I'll probably leave this one on the cutting room floor, though I do think Miami does probably get the win. I do have them for the 2 runs also, but it was really close. Those team totals, you can find them, but they can be a bit tough. Our production team, of course, stiffs them out where they can, the truffle pig. But it's very, very difficult. So if you know that I'm into these F5 team totals, I do post them every day, nice and early. I think you do have to really hit them early. We've kind of had our way with them, and books tend to either move the line or move the juice, and it just becomes a pain in the arse. So those are one of the things that, not to hold anything back from the show, just literally by noon, they can be kind of stale. They get posted with juice. Then once the market reacts to us kind of doing the thing we do, the 130, which is palatable, can move to 170, and it's like, now I want to kind of parlay it. Nick Johnson, I hear you, man. Seeing those F5 TT Oak 3.5 killed me this morning. I know I tweeted that also, first one of the year. First 5 team total, 3.5. What does that tell you? Right, when books are creating new boundaries, it means we're up to something. It means we're on to something. Okay, so a lot of times CLV is a good way to grade it. I don't think baseball games stay on the line enough for CLV to really matter. Though when you do see line movement and it's hours every single day, there's something to that. Not to toot my own horn, but listen, it speaks for itself. Again, check the player props that post every day. These lines move. Every one of them. And in fact, I challenge anyone out there to find a single event, a singular event that we fall behind CLV, right? Hold up, let him cook. But it's a truth. And these are the things I take very seriously because we are doing very well, but we are going to lose at points. So how do we gauge our success outside of production and outputs? Is we're in front of the market constantly. It's sick. It really is. These are the things I hear in my DMs, by the way. People go, there isn't a single line we're behind. Ever. Not ever. And if betting ever becomes fully regulated, right, we're trading tickets through an exchange in the morning, forget it. I'm living on a house in the hill somewhere, for sure, because we're going to be getting paid before the first pitch even thrown. All right, next up. The Friar Tucks. Those Padres, Yu Darvish heading to Let's Go Mets-Go, Queens, Max Scherzer, and the Metropolitans. Darvish, doing a thing, throwing 5 million pitches. It's okay when you're him. He's been good so far, right? 5 innings, 1.8 ERA. Scherzer has struggled. I know I saw him give up 17 home runs in his last outing, though I do think he's very good. Scherzer back to last year, 157 innings, 2.6 ERA, 0.94 with 580 OPS. Darvish at 587. These numbers right up next to each other. You couldn't tell them apart. 0.96 whip for Darvish. Really, this is just neck and neck and neck. Scherzer has the edge on Darvish with the K rate 30 to 25. Walk rates both at 5. Scherzer edge swinging strike rate. And in zone wins. Both a lot of fly balls, but both keeping it in the park, both with the sub 290 xWOBA. Scherzer was down to 265. Scherzer 574 OPS against righties. Wow, 3% walk rate over 157 innings. He's awesome. He got yoked in the last game, but like that's just not. I don't know. I don't know how to react. We supposed to react to that? I don't know. San Diego Padres offense so far better against righties, 335 expected WOBA than lefties, 301, but a 229 team batting average. Selling off a power, maybe 12 home runs, 10.5 swing to strike like that, 30-0 swing, 87 in zone contact. Maybe I got to take back that sellout comment because they are making contact. They're putting it in the air. They're just not hitting it hard. There's your batting average. 26% hard hit rate via Fangraphs, 35 Savant, 7.5 barrel, 321 WOBA. You're putting the ball in the air that much, the batting average is going to suffer because they're not hitting it hard. I don't have this with me. I'm thinking out loud. I'm going to have to add pull rate. If you follow me at work, that really at the center of trying to find power in this new age, right? My initial guess is San Diego not pulling the ball, right? Putting a ton in the air, making lots of contact, but not really producing. Fly balls could help against Max, giving up home runs. But he is the man. So I think I just like to watch these. Like, is that corny? I guess that's corny in today's day and age of everybody, has to bet everything, right? Everyone's so like aggressive with their betting tickets, which again I don't understand. It's a full slate every day. Like, it's not like football. If you don't like a slate, you have to wait a week. If you're pressed, primetime games are different. This is like, if you don't have 1,000 bets today, you just wait 12 hours, go to sleep, go to bed. Go watch a movie. You can go to sleep and wake up. And there's a whole new card to bet on. Heaven forbid you actually looked ahead, trying to get ahead of lines like that. Nick Johnson, I think the magnitude of CLV is probably not super important, but the fact the market keeps moving our way is signal. I just could not agree more. Gosh, the quality of listener here is through the roof. Couldn't put it better myself. It really is the truth, right? It's not to toot our horn, but that's how else are you going to grade yourself? Again, I include that stuff in my algorithm, believe it or not. Which is weird intuitively, to include things I don't think necessarily work. But I know the market uses them. So you have to incorporate these things, similar to projections in fantasy baseball. So I'm just going to watch this one. I don't know where it lands. This one's as close as it gets. Enjoy watching this one. Next up, Red Legs, my boy Graham Ashcraft, going to Atlanta to face Bryce the Elderberry. 112 innings from Ashcraft, 4.66 ERA, 1.4 whip. Big ground ball guy, 100-mile-an-hour sinker. 8.5 swinging strike, 19 whiff, 92 in-zone contact, and all a bit weak. However, he's been working on his stuff lately. They were talking about that. I was big on him for fantasy. 7 innings, 1.29 ERA, with the 53% ground ball rate. So he's been pretty good. You got to watch him in Cincy. He's not in Cincy. We know the Braves offense really dope. Could be a good underdog spot. I didn't hit this one because I'm a scaredy cat. I probably should grab the C.O. Jones because I do think at least for F5 we're going to get this one. Can I get the F5 price? How good is it? Man, 140. Ooh, plus money for a tie. I like that. All right, I got to stew on this one, man. I got to really stew on this one. Reason being, Braves offense kind of scary, right? 11% walk. They're patient. Top 3 in hard hit rates on both accounting sites. 11 barrel, 383. I'm sorry, that's xWOBA, the one but lefty, 356. xWOBA righty, still pretty good. Cincy, the offense outside of Cincy, kind of brutal. They do walk and don't chase, which is very good for that team. I think we thought they'd be in total trash. Hard hit rates bottom in the league. This is Cincinnati, even with those Cincy numbers included. 24.5, 29 via BIS and Savant. 289 expected WOBA against righties. Bryce the Elderberry, better than I remember. 60 innings. 2.85 ERA, 1.2 whip. I know the ERA sounds a bit anomalous, but 6.40 OPS. Earn run indicators kind of split. 4.5 Sierra, 3.25 deserved ERA. 10% walk rate, never good. 10% K minus walk, never good. But he's very good at working the shadow, working the outsides. I do have location metrics on that sheet I mentioned. 91% in-zone contact rate, which is something we might generally go after. However, right, Cincinnati not making great contact. I do think they get over the F5. If I recall, they were one of the hits. But I'm going to leave this one alone. I think Ashcraft gets it done. I just hate facing the Braves. Because I'm worried they're a 2.5, 3-run team through 5, almost no matter what, like even against a good pitcher. The Reds will probably get it done. They're one of my favorite F5 teams. I do really like Ashcraft, but I don't know. I'm being a scaredy cat. I wish it wasn't Elder. I wish it was, Dodd or Schuster would be going after this one. Ryan Snee asking a little fantasy stuff. That's no worries, man. We're ubiquitous around here. We do it everything. We live it, Would you start Ashcraft? So he's twice. I guess it might depend on the second start. I don't know who it is. If you want to put it in there, Ryan, while I'm BSing, feel free. It probably depends on your roster, right? That's a cop-out, but it's the truth. Hard to think Atlanta is on that list. But in against Philly, man, I don't know. I'd probably say no, but it depends. If you're stuck for pitching, he's better than a reliever. And he's better than the other trashola guys. But, if you follow my fantasy stuff, I like to draft lots of pitching, draft solid hitting, and then fill in my hitters off the waiver wire while I have a nice depth of pitching to draw from. Again, I know that's not betting, but it does kind of go hand in hand, the strategy, risk reward, working off a surplus. All right, next up, my M's. Love them. Get the board ready. Get those F5 prices out. It's Luis Castillo. Love him. Going to Chicago, nice part of town. Drew Smiley and the Baby Bears. Luis Castillo last 162 innings. He packed on some velo, pulled back on the changeup, adding gas to the fastball, shaving. V-move, which we want, right? Throwing the rising fastball. Luis Castillo, Cy Young stuff going on right now, right? He's got that. 2.78 ERA, 104 WHIP, a 5.87 OPS for Castillo. FIP below 3, deserved ERA almost at 2.5. 27 K to 7 walk, that 20% K minus walk. Check that box. We love that. 82 in-zone contact. There's chase rate a bit lower than you might think, but he's keeping it down 47% of the time. Ball always in the park. Less than 3/4 of a home run per 9. 280 expected WOBA, 340 on contact. Yowza. How about this? Sub 600 OPS to both lefties and righties. Gotta love everything we're seeing from Castillo up against the Cubs offense. Let's take a look. 21% K rate as a team, pretty good. 8.5% walk, not so much. They have not been good in the zone. Probably a good indicator, these Cubs we're talking about. How you want to be careful chasing K rate. Now, K rate not only always like the best stat for discipline. 82 in-zone contact rate for the Cubs, really poor. Chase rate right at average. Swing strike rate average as well. But I don't think they're as good as that 21% K. I think Castillo going to get his strikeouts. Cubs, ground ball machines, 48% ground ball, 29 fly ball, 5% barrel, 302 expected WOBA versus righties. They are really going to struggle against Castillo today. Flip side, Drew Guy Smiley, 111 innings, 3.81 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, OPS north of 700. FIP, XFIP, and Sierra all north of 4. 20% K too low. K minus walk at 14 too low. Too many foul balls also. Something I try and follow, right? Because that stuff matters. High foul ball rate, something over 20. Gets you that rotation in lineup. Right? It kind of gets you out of the game. Small lesson, right? If pitching workloads are determined around the 100% sample, 100 pitch sample, every pitch, pretty easy math, even for a knuckle-dragging mouth breather like myself. One pitch is 1%. Target pitchers that give up a foul ball in 1/5 of those, right? And you're going to have a hard time staying in the game. So, though Smiley's been okay, lots of fly balls, maybe a bit too many home runs. I think we're going to get him today. Give me the Mariners to cover the half run. Okay, I think I got better where we move this one. That's fine. I still see minus 105. Remember the 10-cent swing, everybody, meaning anything that we post here is live. So I have bets out there a couple hours ago. So sometimes if I sound wishy-washy, it's because I'm soured on it a touch, not because I don't like to play, because the price has changed. Although, if you get this one with the 10-cent swing at minus 110, around there, even minus 115 is fine. That's a standard line right now. You get the minus 105 using BetStamp. Hello, saving you money by clicking a button. Nothing wrong with that. I really like that one. Can we get the J-Rod props that I post that one? Sometimes, again, people, you got to forgive me. I can be scrambled, and again, I don't want to hold back. And I have like a third-party subscription service. I probably should. Not that I care. And not that I have the kind of people that care. But I do have J-Rod listed here. So I'm sure we probably had a couple of Mariners doing work against lefties. I also always like to get the leadoff hitter in, and in particular on the road team. Quick lesson: total base props, fantasy in general, right? Opportunity being the currency that we deal in, right? The thing that matters more than anything. Just like I said, can't make money in a market you ain't playing in. Can't score fantasy points in a game you don't play in. So, road team guaranteed the ninth inning. Leadoff hitter hitting the most. J-Rod. I want to go with the base prop, J-Bird, please. I saw it at plus money, and that's where I wanted to be in case the home run was there. Although I think with a player like Julio, yet to hit a home run off lefty this year. Not that you don't want to obsess with that. But the north of 1,000 OPS, 286 ISO, that was the number I had in mind. Right, Didi's got 5 at-bats potential. I think we get to 6. Also, very sharp listenership here. That's how you think of these things. Right, remember, check the road. Check and see if they're home or away. A hitter in the back half of a home lineup, that's favored. You should be deducting a plate appearance. I hate to do it to you, but that's how these things work. J-Rod with the massive ISO against lefties. 286 ISO. Remember, ISO is isolated slugging. That 3-digit number is thought of in a percentage. 286 is 28.6% extra base hit rate. Yeah. So, okay, if we're getting 5 or 6 at-bats, we'll be getting 2 bases. That one probably shouldn't be plus money. Add it to the ticket. Total base prop without the hybrid, 0.3, please. Again, you will all find that we're going to keep this, and we'll speak the lingo. I'm doing my very best to, stop, juke, duck, dip, dive, dodge, and dive. Jeremy out there, yes, correct, sir. Standard bet right now is 0.3 on underdogs to win 0.3 on favorites, unless we've marked the player props as a hybrid, in which case we're going to put a nickel of that on the home run, trying to blow up that payback like we did for Wander Franco. So Julio, it's 0.3 on the prop. Wander, it's 25 and 5. Again, always trying to, don't be afraid of splitting. It's not too hard. It's not too hard. We're here for you. This is what we do. Trying to help you understand these markets a little bit better and how to get paid in them. All right, let's move it up. I just talked too much. Shocker. Breaking news. I'm a big mouth. All right, next up. This one I think we're pretty much just going to leave. If anything, this is my bad chalk for the day. I used to do this at FTN. My bad chalk for the day is the Texas Rangers. So it's a Kansas City Royals with cheese, Zach Greinke, long in the tooth, going to meet Andrew Heaney and the Rangers. Greinke, just what it is, man. I love him because he's kind of wacky and stuff, but whatever. You can't bet on this guy. Can't rely on him. Last 150 innings, 3.6 ERA, 1.35 whip. Sierra up near 5. 8% K minus walk, 7% swing strike, 90 in zone contact, throwing all this weird, wonky nonsense. I'm just not into it. He's kept the ball in the yard, which is fine, but I have trouble backing him. Andrew Heaney, flip side, 3.82 ERA, 117 whip, last 75 and a third. Of course, getting innings out of him is a problem, but he's pitching today. Heavy splits in the indicators. FIP north of 4. XFIP and Sierra south of 3. PFIP also south of 3. 34K to 6.5 walk. 28K minus walk. Yowza. 16.5 swing and strike. You love that. 65 first strike. You love that. 39 O swing. You love that. 80% in zone contact. You love that. So what's wrong here is the missing with Heaney, right? He just hasn't figured out how to miss. I think there's an art to missing. Heaney hasn't figured out yet so far this year. 2 2/3. ERA creeping up near 24. Big man. Couldn't keep the big smile off his face for that one. Andrew Heaney. Talk about the downside. 45 fly ball. 47.5 hard hit. 12 barrels, 6 blast. Almost 2 home runs per 9. And, I didn't have a player ring. Maybe I should have because I kind of looked past Kansas City. Again, I add player props to the sheet all up the way to 7 p.m. Again, if you'd like to see this show as a lineup block show where we go and beat up on the CLV that we left, get up in the comments, tag Rob Pizzola on social media, tag your favorite gambling site. Tell them this is the show. you want to apply to it. I get like jock market stuff, prize pick stuff every day. Sorry, don't work for them. You can follow the player prop stuff, and I think it'll play, but I just can't do it. I'm only one person. I may be the size of more than that. So Heaney, the misses are just terrible. It's really, really bad. And major split here, Kansas City. That's where I wanted to get at before I went off on the tangent. 184 team BA, 576 OPS, 36 O swing, not any good. However, they do make contact in the zone, and they do hit the ball hard. Top 3 hard hit rate, 48%. One of the best lefty hitting teams in the league, 383 expected WOBA versus lefties. That's Kansas City. So far this year, they're making good contact. Sal Perez, 1262 OPS. I already hit that. He hit the home run for us, but he's probably on line again today to have a big day. Bobby Witt's also hit lefties as well. I know that OPS not there, the average not there. But it's been a Babbitt thing. Kansas City just getting kind of Babbitt to death. So I'm leaving this one on the floor, but I do think it's bad chalk. So I'm avoiding Heaney. I think people will be throwing Heaney in like fan DFS games, and I think that's the mistake. I think the Royals get there too against him. I didn't know if I bet that one or not. But if that's a viable play, sorry again, I do get scrambled from time to time, but these things happen. So just avoid Texas. That's where I'm at today. Let's go. Let's get the next one. We got to hurry up. St. Louis, those Redbirds, Steven Matson, lefty, going to Colorado up in the altitude to face German Marquez and the Rockies. Love when there were games in Colorado because you don't have to do any pitching analysis. Please don't waste your time, people. It's an absolute waste. It really is. Maybe I'll give you the whole when they say like Coors makes a good hitter, an excellent hitter, a great hitter. Maybe we could just work the inverse of that. That's as far as I'll go. Bad pitchers, very bad's real bad's gross is, obliterato. Mats and Marquez, both with a 5 ERA going back to 2022. This should be pretty ugly on both sides. Unfortunately, books reflecting all of it. So, it can be very hard to get, well-priced props in Coors. The other day, I don't know how they managed to leave up what they did. I forget who exactly we hit, but it was just a little ridiculous. But that's okay. That's what we do, right? Doing some of the work you don't have to. Hopefully, always paying attention. The book takes his foot off the gas. I got one more long shot home run for you, though, in Coors, where the ball does tend to carry. Bring it up. Brendan Donovan, my boy. I really loved the hit tool plate approach, contact skills coming in. Cardinals said they were, I'm sorry, I should back it up. Cardinals said he was, Brandon Donovan we're talking about, their favorite pet project for their systemic pull power profile, alliteration aside. We've already seen him hit 2 home runs against righties. So let's go with that. Again, 192 BA against righties, no thanks. But the 231 ISO because of the home runs. So I think Donovan will be looking to pull against Marquez. Also, last thing to Donovan, leading off against righties. He's actually sat both games against lefties. Again, some of the nuance and stuff you get here. Now, that's not the case with Donovan, but it is a case with other players where they lead off against a certain handed hitter and not against others. And that's a great place to find edge in the prop market. Again, feathers sticking out the cap, learning every single day, hopefully, getting better at what we do. Please rate, review, and subscribe. Press the like button, comment. Holler at your boy, Tell me what you were missing, what you'd like to see added, because that's how I tend to get better. Hoping that really sharp players have gravitated towards me, but knowing that I'm not trying to dictate anything. I'm a sponge. I'm here to learn as well. I happen to be teaching this hour, but the other 23, I'm learning. So get at me. Tell me what I'm missing. What you'd like to see filled in, how you doing. More than anything, I like when people take my algo scores and the work that I put out every day, which is free, 24 cents if you want to pay for it every day. It's so ridiculous, right? Everyone just thank Rob Pizzola. He's the man. Rob bringing you the Italian Tasmanian devil, to put on a clinic, man, because you got to have fun doing this. I like to think we're having fun and learning at the same time. Really the best way to get better at something, right? To make it fun. Which, again, hopefully people's doing it. So let us know what we're doing, right? What we're doing wrong. Tag Rob Pizzola. Tell him what kind of a hire we made, right? I mean, geez, this is so awesome. Or what? Next up, Patrick Corbin. Yes, he's still in the league. 162 innings, 6.4, ERA 1.7 whip. Yikes. Deserved the ERA creeping up near 6. Oh, my God. 11%. K-minus walk. 16% home run to fly ball, 45 hard hit, 11 barrel, 6.5 blast, 443 expected WOBA on contact. Hachi, Machi, Liberace. Hey, listen, this guy got the bag. So that's just what it is. He's going to keep getting the rock. Very hard to find props against LA. Because I mentioned it at the outset. The first time we've had an 3.5 first five belongs to the Angels against Corbin. So obviously they made the proper subsequent reaction to their pricing. You can see why. Trout has a OPS north of 2,000. So keep an eye on him. The guys that I like to focus on when the Angels facing a lefty, it's Ohapi and Rengifo. Again, you're getting it all here. So if we do have any DFS people, I didn't hit that stuff. Sorry, Jay Bird. I'm not going to get there. We already maxed out my ticket. We're at the daily risk limit. Sorry, everybody. But I do like to open the door. When I leave the door open a crack, man, if you want to, you got an extra nickel in your pocket, you want to parlay those, all the cutting room floor plays, by all means do. But I also like to show off the discipline, right? Show you that there can be plays that I like that just don't fit the strategy. Not an outlier hit. And we're at max risk. Just leave it be. Tomorrow's another day. Or again, by all means, take your last nickel and scoop up all the little pieces and see if we hit them. That's fine too. There can be a place for parlays, providing you're being responsible. Nick Johnson asked about stickiness of foul ball rates. It's very tough. I would say no, which is why I like to use them as outliers. Right, you see, that actually was with Manoah. Manoah, a lot of foul ball, a lot of out-of-the-zone contact last year, which is something I thought would come back. Although you will see it with certain pitchers because they're just not very good outside the zone. Right, so I see where you're coming from. It's astute. But yeah, be careful looking for it to stick. But for some pitchers it's going to. Again, they don't win. Right, they have trouble winning. They have trouble inducing those swings and misses. So Corbin always in a lot of trouble. Again, Trout, Rengifo, and Ohapi, if you're looking for a catcher tonight, should do the thing. The price is just terrible. Jose Suarez on the other side, pretty good. I don't think the numbers do him justice. 4.29 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, going back to 22. Earn run indicators all below 4. PFIP, which again, I've been pushing to the 4, 3.5. 15% K minus walk, 61% first strike, 36.5 O swing. Lots of pop-ups, lots of soft contact. Sub 300 expected WOBA for Suarez. So, checking a lot of the boxes. They probably get the big cover today. I don't think I have any plays. Let me scan down. Let's go to the algo. Yeah, and I just had those names that I mentioned to make sure that you're looking at Ohapi and Rengifo. I have LA, again, covering this one per the algo. Jay-Bird beat me to it. See, and I feel pretty good right now about my process. I explained where I kind of draw the line at run lines, and it's at beyond 125. You could see that LA has crept beyond that, and that's why it's not on the ticket. But again, you could hit that one also. I think LA is good to go. They should beat up on the Nationals today, no problem. But the pricing is just a little off. I don't like to pay that run line, although I'll tell you what, as things begin to continue to develop, I should say, and I'm back testing my own work, that doesn't mean that we won't ever get there. It's just right now. I know everybody, people just want everything right away. It's a gratification and all systems go immediately. Yes, we're doing okay. We're doing well. But I think it's because we're being reticent and careful, right? Making sure we're double checking and kind of dotting the I's and all that stuff. So I do think LA gets there, but we're going to be moving on. 2 games left. Wade Miley and the Brewers crew, from Brewtown, against the Snakes with shapes in their back, Arizona and Zach Gallen. I'm a huge Gallen guy, but I think this year it's been a bit rough so far. Now, again, I'm not throwing away the baby with the bathwater for Gallen. Sorry, I'm going to do some scrolling here. 7.86 ERA through 10 2/3. He's 0-1 through 2 starts so far. A few more home runs than we'd like to see from Gallen. Again, I think he'll be fine, but as far as betting, I'm just not betting on it yet. Gallen back to 22, 2.82 ERA, 0.95 ERA, OPS sub 570. No reason why we like the guy. 3.16 FIP, 2.06 deserved ERA, 1.14 stuff plus on the fastball. Again, you can find that on the sheet. Really, what's not to like? 45 ground ball, 3/4 of a home run per 9, 280 expected WOBA, 340 on contact. This is Zach Gallen against the Brewers, who I tend to really like the Brewers. They're being very progressive with their rookies. 3 rookies starting. Hey, Tug Walsh up in the comments. I'm having fun. Me too, Tug. Me too, man. I do appreciate that. Tug, one of the better people I've run into in this space. Always up in the DMs, and the people that take their time out. I know they're out there, and I appreciate it. I wish I could get to everything. I'm getting pretty close to needing a secretary, man. I just can't get to all the messages. I used to answer every single one. Take a lot of pride in it. Back to the Milwaukee offense. 276 team batting average, 365 team OBP because of the 12.5 walk rate, 28% O swing. These are all top 5 numbers. 42.5 hard hit, almost 10% barrel, 356 WOBA. The standout here is the huge disparity in the split. Again, something that I added because a follower asked me to. Please press the like button. Yeah, smash. Give me a little cartoon finger, yo. Jam it right up inside me. Big disparity for Brewers, 341 expected WOBA against righties, 308 against lefties. I think part of that is the rookie play. I believe Milwaukee, I got it right here. Yeah, line up a bit different as they split. Winker, probably the guy that kind of comes to mind. But against righties, you're getting Mitchell and Tellez and Terang, and Weimer's played every single day. It might be Weimer. Ask me about my Weimer. So the Brewers have a much better squad against righties. Although as this progresses, again, I think you're going to see Terang as a full-time guy. So they may really pick up on. I like Gallen. I'm kind of pumping the brakes. Other side, Wade Miley, 2.72 ERA last 43 innings. I'm not really buying the earned run indicators, more for around 4.5. I think that's more of the pitcher. He is. He's been very good keeping it down nearly 50% of the time. Half a home run per 9, 324 expected WOBA on contact for Miley. Arizona offense been kind of disappointing so far. They just don't walk at all. They're not striking out, but they just don't walk at all. Not barreling up, 4% barrel rate as a team, 97 WRC plus. Probably says it all. Only 8 home runs as a squad. Christian Walker, where are ye? So I think I'm going to just leave this one. Let's just check the algo really quick. Yeah, I have it as close as it could be. 2.4 to 214 through 5. 4.3 to 3.9 through 9. I'm running the full game, right? I needed a couple days to incorporate the bullpen stuff properly to give you a full 9 algo, but that's out there also. F5 and F full game algo. Get it through Twitter, Streamline, at John Legeza. Check out at Call to the Pen HQ on Twitter and on YouTube, using betstamp.com/call to the pen. Make sure you're pricing all these wonderful bets we're laying because, come on, you've seen it already. That's crazy. 50 cents on the total base prop. Big difference, right? The difference, I'm not playing it. I'm not going to play it at minus 130 where I wanted it plus 120. So, again, Betstamp already kind of paying it. So, it's free. If it's free, it's for me. One of my favorite sayings. All right. Just a couple minutes left. Let's do this last one. It's the Trolley Dodgers from Hollywood, always up to no good. And Julio Urias going to San Francisco to meet the Gigantes, Logan Webb, and the San Francisco Treats. Urias, really good. I tend to come down on him in fantasy because I always kind of worried about the strikeout stuff, though. 12 strikeouts through 12, 1.5 ERA. Again, he's very good. 52% ground ball rate on the season for Urias. 212 ERA, 0.95 whip, going back 190 innings. Yeah, he's really good. Again, for fantasy, the 24.5K is not where I want it to be, where he gets drafted, right? So again, every game, every format matters. Don't let I've gotten this, and I get it, right? Because emojis, I have like a stop sign next to Urias. Positional fade, Aruga. But that was for fantasy, where for betting, he's awesome. He keeps the ball down, getting ground balls and stuff like that. You like your eyes. Just the problem is the Dodgers and the price. Other side, Logan Webb, back 203 innings, 310 ERA, 117 whip, 640 OPS. I'm already kind of regretting staying away from Logan Webb this year. He's been good, if I am not mistaken. Mr. Webb, where are you? No, I was wrong about that. 11 innings, 6.5 ERA. I kind of want to see the BABIP, 4.23 BABIP. That was what I was worried about. Again, sorry if I mixed them. I try and follow the best I can. It's hard to do it all. The worry with Webb was as good as he can be. I think the skills are very good, right? So be careful, again, application at the center of a lot of this. Is the defense behind him is atrocious. He doesn't walk batters, which we really like. CSW up near 30, which we love. First strike rate at 62, which we love. There's really not a lot to not like. Lefties have kind of had their way with him. And now without the shift, I think that's really been exacerbated and will probably continue to be so. So I'm pumping the brake on Webb, much I like him. Let's look at the offenses really quick. Dodger offense is really good. Go figure. Is it number one? Number one in the league in walk rate, number one in chase rate, number one in hard hit rates, both of them. 11 barrel, 402 expected WOBA versus righties. That's top 5. So Dodgers going to do their thing. They go and Dodger. San Francisco offense. This has been very interesting. We picked up on this the other day. A lot of give and take. Giants offense, big sellout coming up. Bottom 3 in strikeouts, bottom 3 in swing and strike, bottom 3 in in-zone contact rate. I don't know if I'm buying that one. Who said that? Hold on, I want to give my respect to everybody. Insight, love you, man. Much love, Insight. Barry Horse is on the Giants, ML plus 135. I am not going to get there. I'm going to tell you why. Giants, dead last, expected WOBA versus lefties. That number is at 230. Really ugly stuff for the Giants. They have seriously struggled against southpaws. Again, Uriah's starting to hum. Dodgers coming off of getting touched up by the Diamondbacks, and I really like good teams coming off rough spots. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think I'm buying it. Again, the Giants have just – they've got some zeros in the average category. How about this? Blake Sable, Mike Yastrzemski, Crawford, and Roberto Perez all yet to record a single hit off a lefty. Yikes. Last I checked, that's like half the starters. Again, I think this is more about Urias. I'm trying to get better with the pronunciation. Again, I'm getting my hands on these pronunciation guides. And what I wanted to get to right, San Francisco to sell out the other side of all those poor disciplinary metrics. Top 3 in line drive, top 3 in hard hit, 10.5 barrel. They're more beating up on righties, though, 372. X-WOBA versus righties. And again, 230 versus lefties. You mentioned ML. We can go check the pen. Again, you want to back the Giants for the full game. 5.4 ERA, 1.43 whip. 29 chase rate, 10% barrel, 1.5 home runs per 9. Yikes. Yowza. So for right now, I'm not really backing these Giants as far as winning games. I want to look for the pitchers they can barrel. Giants will be a F5TT team for us, or team total team for us. Again, I'm not trying to disparage anyone else's work. Please don't take it that way. I hope listening to us for an hour every day here at noon, Monday through Friday, Call to the Pen HQ on YouTube. Little redheaded stepchild of the Hammer HQ network, right? The flagship with the pizza man, Rob P. He's so cool, man. Another guy just as cool off air, if not better, than he is. Which I also respect, like myself, kind of vicious businessmen, but very good people. I don't know if I'm a good person. I don't know if we should be judging ourselves in that matter. But I try and be kind and empathetic. And I know I care about the followers more than I care about myself. So maybe that's something. Let's check the algo really quick and then do a recap. I have the Dodgers winning this one. I have them even covering the run line, though I was just worried about Webb. So I'm going to be up against Berryhouse here. We'll see. Berry Horse, sorry about that. Let's recap it, everybody. From the top, I actually try to do a better job than I have. We've got Jose Ramirez over 1.5 total bases plus 130. I think we get that in the very first at bat. Thank you, Jay Bird, on the ones and twos. Please, everyone, show some love to production crew here. He is the man. Then Baltimore up against JP Sears. Austin Hayes crushing lefties. Let's get it. Plus 900 for a home run. Anytime. There almost might not be a hitter that's not worth a 900 home run prop, especially one in a great split. We'll take it. Then we have our first hybrid play. Again, we're using 0.3 units as a standard right now, and it's worked very well. Let's stay with it. But being creative is also a good thing. So we're going to split that 30 into 25 and 5, 25 on the total bases, 5 on the home run. Big cost of one home run at 1,100. I know you're going to get at least 800. Remember, shop around, use BetStamp when you can. But that's just an absurd price for Franco, who's still being thought of as a ground ball hitter, but I think he has 3 home runs already. Let's go get it. Speaking of young superstars, J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez over 1.5 total bases at plus money. Right now it's plus 110. This is probably going to close in the negative by the time they have first pitch, but just give us a 10-cent swing, and hopefully you're laying your bets around this time. Or, some of the people getting with my stuff early in the morning. Again, it's 100% free. I know there's a lot of people out there that have always wanted access to premium content. Rob Pizzolo kind of helped me bring it to you. This show now being like the lodestar, the foundational point for it. But, me, death taxes. Sun rising in the east, Bears making Dookie in the woods, and me up at the crack of dawn, baby, to bring you the fastest show in MLB absolutely anywhere. So Julio Rodriguez goes over 2 bases on Seattle's way. Lock this one up as well. Half a run through 5. Seattle F5 run line minus 1.5, minus 0.5, excuse me. But that one's right around even money. I think I got it even money. That's okay. 10-cent swing, everybody. 5-2s could do, if you will. Then let's wrap it up and go to Coors. My man Brandon Donovan, who is leading off, going to get the extra shot at a Herman Marquez, hopefully meatball at a plus 950 home run. I saw at least plus 800. These home run numbers are crazy. They're not going to last. One of the first things I think you'll see. That'll do it, everybody. It's 1 o'clock. I got to get out of here. Please rate, review, and subscribe on the way out. Betstamp.com/call to the pen. Hammer HQ, Call to the Pen HQ, all the rates, all the reviews, all the subscriptions. Holler at me on Twitter at John Lageza. John, John, Laghezza. John Lageza. Flow sharper than a razor. Hit me up on a Bird app, any time of day, any day of the week. Thank you so much for picking up what we're putting down. Enjoy your games. Enjoy your day. When we're done smashing a book over his head, enjoy the pay. And remember, when you work this hard, it feels a lot less like luck, yo. Woo! Peace.